I think we're live.
Hey everybody, what is up? It's your friends Brian McGill and Kyle Howard back at you with another exciting What's Up Wednesday. Kyle, we're here to talk about the Better Together conference, and we're going to be unveiling our keynotes later today. Like and subscribe for all you viewers out there. If you enjoy the What's Up Wednesday show, you want to get updates as we continue to march forward to the Better Together conference this June. Anyways, Kyle, talk to me a little bit about some of the things that you're excited about for us to talk about today.
I'm excited for one because we have TJ Hoffman that is going to be joining us here very shortly. He is really the I guess the magician, I guess you can say, in your words, the conductor of how we really put Better Together. And really excited about what's going to be happening for this year. So we have some great, exciting things to inform you with. So please stay tuned here very shortly. What about you, Brian?
Well, this is a virtual conference, obviously free to attend. So it's hard to help folks get away and make time for a valuable virtual, conference in the summer. So the Better Together virtual conference is perfect to, send your instructional leadership team to. It's June. It's going to be June 21st and June 22nd, right before folks kind of break away and go away for 4th of July weekend, do family vacations, whatever have you. So let's just get into it. Welcome to the show, the maestro and director of the Better Together Conference, Sibme's Chief Operating Officer, TJ Hoffman.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good.
So there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. We had a great virtual conference last year. Approximately little less than 3,000 people attended. About 2,991 folks attended the virtual conference, either live or asynchronously. Based off our analytics, about 1,200 people attended it live. So it was a very exciting thing, and it was actually a worldwide event. We had folks, obviously, from the United States, Hawaii, Australia, the United Kingdom, different parts of Africa. It was a really cool showing. Talk to us about some of the things that that are in store, because I think it's going to be bigger and better this year. No pun intended.
Yeah. So I mean, it was a pretty crazy and wild event last year. I mean, we really had no idea what we were doing. We had sort of decided, hey, the world is falling all over the place. This crazy thing is happening. Conferences are shutting down everywhere in the world. People are losing their opportunities to learn from educators and from outstanding practitioners and authors. So let's do something to convene our Sibme universe of people, the people that we already are connected with. And so we put together the Better Together conference in about 5 weeks last year. And like I said, we really didn't know what was going to happen, but we were shocked at the number of people who were interested in learning. We were able to kind of at the last minute get some amazing speakers last year. We had a wonderful session with Doug Fisher. Elena Aguilar was, I think, exactly what we all needed at that time in our lives. To talk about rising strong and that sort of stuff. And it was just a lot of fun. We had about a little less than 50 presentations and like you said, about 3,000 people from all over the world, literally every continent but Antarctica. We're still trying to figure out how to get a penguin-only session so that we can include Antarctica this year. But we've got a lot more time to plan. We've been working on this now for a couple of months. It's still a few months away, but we've got some really exciting sessions planned for this year. It is going to be bigger. It is going to be better. With all of this extra time, we've really figured out some ways to even improve on the awesome conference that we had last year. We got constant feedback from people about how it was one of the best things they'd ever been to. It was so organized, and they were so impressed with how they were able to learn synchronously and asynchronously, how they were able to return to things and have conversations with other attendees. So it's really cool to be able to accomplish all of that in the conference.
So last year we had about 6 weeks to prepare for the Better Together virtual conference. This last year we gave ourselves over 6 months. So we're excited of how great this is going to be. TJ, why don't we take folks to the page and let's unveil this year's keynotes for the Better Together conference.
Yeah, so this is not live, but you can go to info.sibme.com/better-together to claim your free spot for the conference. It's in the chat, so you can just click on that link in the comments of the video and sign up now. But in a week or so, we'll have this site live. So I'll just scan down to announce our keynote speakers. So we have 3 right now, keynote speakers who are going to be joining us. We wanted to look at a couple of themes with regard to what we think is really going to be important for schools as we return to in-person and blended instruction in the fall. What are the big challenges that schools are going to be facing, and how can they address them by improving the quality of instruction in the classroom? So with that in mind, we've got three outstanding keynotes. Jenny Donahue is sort of the inventor, the great mind behind the concept of collective teacher efficacy, which we all know from John Hattie's research. Collective teacher efficacy, that collective belief that if a team of teachers comes together around a group of students, there's no chance those students can't succeed. And so she's really the person who's done the most thought and research on that. And she's going to be speaking about collective teacher efficacy at the Better Together conference. And then Paul Bambrick-Santoyo, who is from the Uncommon Schools organization. Paul wrote some outstanding books, including Leverage Leadership, Get Better Faster, some things that are really, really making a huge difference in schools, especially in turnaround schools. How to use data to drive professional learning conversations and to really think thoughtfully about improving teaching and learning. And then Dana Sanders, we're really excited to have our first practitioner keynote. So this is something that we're trying new that I think is going to be really exciting, where we bring in sort of top line, really, really high quality instructional leaders who are still in the field, still working. They're not authors, they're not thought leaders who are sort of out of the school systems any longer, but they're still working in the field. Dana is the deputy chief of academics at KIPP, Texas Public Schools, and is going to be talking about all of the wonderful work that KIPP does, which we have a great deal of experience with, since Sibme powers a lot of that work. But they're going to be talking about all the work that they do to really innovate around instructional coaching practices in their massive network of schools here in the Texas area.
And this is all going to be housed in the Sibme platform. So if you're doing a book study by, that Paul Bambrick-Santoyo, has written, or Jenny Donahue, this is a outstanding conference for you to attend. And TJ, tell us a little bit more. Last year we had about 50 breakout sessions. How many are we going to have this year?
Yeah, so we've had a huge response to our call for proposals. The deadline to submit that was a couple weeks ago. We're still confirming everyone, so we're not ready to announce the specific speakers yet. But we do have about a little over 70 sessions scheduled for a 2-day conference. So this is June 21st and 22nd. 70 different breakout sessions. It's a lot to learn. So I'm really excited about our presenters. We have presenters from all over the world who are going to be presenting at the conference and talking about what they're doing in schools. again, it's a lot of practitioners. It's a lot of people who are really in the work, doing the work. And that's what really excites me about this, because that's such a central tenet of our values as a company, is that educators learn best when they learn from one another. So elevating the voices of educators is really what we're all about. And that's what we're going to do. So I'm really excited about it.
TJ, I want to ask, as far as like when you said educators learn best from other educators, can you talk a little bit more about the engagement that we had after our conference from last year? I know we were just talking about that. Can you talk a little bit more about that engagement after the conference?
Yeah, so it's been really interesting to see and exciting to see. Again, we didn't know how this was going to work, but we've had hundreds of people who didn't attend the live conference, but who signed up to attend the conference after it happened, who've come back, and because the conference takes place within the Sibme platform, they're going into those conference sessions, which live inside of Sibme huddles. They're watching the videos, they're consuming the resources, because our presenters shared wonderful tips and tricks and lots of resources after the fact. They're also making comments on the videos, they're participating in discussions and chatting with one another. And so that's a really cool added benefit, is that we're able to sort of be a time machine. So you could actually still do it today. You could go in, you could sign up for access to Better Together and get in your time machine, get in that DeLorean and head back to 2020. I don't know if anybody would want to do that. But you can at least go back to some good parts of 2020 and participate in that 2020 Better Together session. You want to learn from Doug Fisher, you want to learn from Elena Aguilar, you want to learn from Justin Bader, Steve Barkley, and many other outstanding folks. You can still do it. And so that's been one of the added benefits, is that we're able to sort of transcend time, transcend space with Sibme, and make that conference available forever.
Free to attend. All free to attend. So, and I will put the link in for last year's session into the chat. So you'll have the link to sign up for this year, the link to access last year. So if you want to getting excited for this year's conference, you want to see, what's the format going to be kind of like? How will I navigate inside the Sibme platform? It's going to be super easy to do it, day of, if you just wake up, have your coffee, and decide to attend. A lot of people did that last year. Thousands, over 1,000 people did that last year. So but if you just kind of want to get familiar with the conference format inside the Sibme platform, go ahead, go into info.sibme.com/bettertogether20. So I'll put the link in the chat. Okay, it's going to be a fun conference too, because we got some prizes we're going to be giving away. TJ, you want to talk about that now?
Yeah, so as our website says, it's not just a conference, it's also a competition. And so we're going to do some gamification here. Like we said, this is really about elevating the voices of educators. So we don't want the only learning to be produced by the formal presenters at this conference. We want people sharing with one another. We've identified some conference themes, all of them really around closing the gaps that have happened over the last 18 months, really accelerating learning, both for teachers and for students, and innovating around better practices for professional learning. So when you have ideas, last year we had those ed camps. We'll be having some less formal opportunities for people to interact with one another. We had a great lunch session last year where people were just coming together and networking with one another. The more active you are as a participant, the more points you'll earn in our system. And then what we'll be looking at, you see here our leaderboard on the right-hand side of this screen. We'll be looking at our leaderboard throughout the 2 days of the conference, and looking at the most engaged people, the people who are asking the most questions, sharing the most resources, attending the most sessions. Those people are going to be rewarded with prizes. So we're not just giving away random prizes to folks who fill out a door prize sign. It's really about being active at the conference. And again, that's a part of our values. We reward energy, we reward activity, we reward outcomes, not just presence. So the more active you are, the more likely you are to win some of our prizes, which include some great prizes. We're giving away a new iPad, we're giving away a new Apple Watch. And then we're also giving away a trip for two to Tulum, Mexico. All expenses paid, your lodging, your flights, your food while you're there, and all of that covered by Sibme. So some really exciting prizes and some really fun times to be had for those of you who attend and are active in the conference.
That's very exciting news, especially those trips. And like you said, we're driving engagement. So even before the conference begins, you actually have a chance to be engaged with the speakers, with your fellow attendees, and also post-conference. So while it's going on, please be engaged. You have the opportunity to win some great, awesome prizes, especially that trip to Tulum. Right.
I've been there. It is sweet. So, all right. Anything else you guys want to cover before we let folks kind of get back to it and close out?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want to encourage people to sign up now because, one of the other things about it is, as Kyle pointed out, this isn't just on June 21st and 22nd. We're going to actually make the conference live at the beginning of June. So it'll be available starting on the 1st of June. Now, obviously, the live sessions won't be there yet, but this will give you a chance to go in. You'll be able to look at sessions. All of our presenters will have videos ready to sort of introduce their topics, conversation starters so that you can begin the learning. So the sooner you get signed up, the sooner you register to attend the session, the sooner you'll be in the platform and ready to participate in the events. So sign up now. Again, there's no cost to attend this conference. It's a free conference for anyone who wants to join. So share it with your friends. Our goal is to double or even triple the number of people who attend the conference this year. So really share this with everyone because the more people that are there, as the name of the session presents, the better it will be. We're better together, and I think it's going to be a really fun event.
All right, everybody. Thank you for visiting with us for today's What's Up Wednesday. If you would like to connect with our content and key updates through social media, please like and subscribe us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or LinkedIn, wherever you are social. And we hope to see you out there. Have a great week.